So in my last video, I went over a boosting method for WoW Remix that allows you to level a character from 10 to 70 in 3 hours or less. And in this video, we're going to go over another leveling method that can be used in conjunction with that previous video's method. But the method in this video can also be used for pretty much any way you decide to level. And this method is going to be more focused on getting more experience from the things you're already doing. So if you use this in combination with the other fast leveling methods, it just speeds up those already very quick ways to level up. But first we need to go over how a few things are working in WoW Remix. The primary one being where a lot of the XP you're getting when it comes to killing bosses. So if you're in any dungeons, any scenarios, killing any raid bosses or killing any world bosses, you're going to notice you're not actually getting much XP from killing the boss itself. But when you go loot that boss, you get a massive chunk of experience. And that's because on the loot table of all of these bosses, there will be an actual item that's just bonus experience. And depending on what boss you're actually killing, it'll come in different rarities. So let's say a normal dungeon boss would come in uncommon rarity. Let's say a heroic would come in rare rarity, and then raid bosses would come in epic rarity. And these bonus experience items give you a large amount of experience that is based off of your level. So it's going to give you relatively the same amount of experience no matter what level you are. But where this gets kind of ridiculous is when you start adding on a bunch of the experience boosts. So if you've been watching my previous videos, you'll know that when you start a new character, you'll want the infinite power achievements that give you a lot more experience on all of your characters. And as you start to level up those characters, you'll keep getting more and more increase to experience. That increased experience also increases this bonus experience item. So the base item itself scales off your level. Then on top of that, it gets boosted by your bonus experience from your cloak. Now, another important piece of this puzzle is that if you're playing on an account with a subscription, so not a trial account, any boss you kill that you do not loot, or if you don't loot any items on that boss, it'll automatically send those items to your mailbox after that boss either despawns or you leave the instance. So let's say you go kill a raid boss and you don't loot that bonus experience item, it will then send that item to your mailbox that you can pick up. And that bonus experience works exactly how it would work if you looted it off the boss. It scales off of your level, and no matter when you actually level up, even if this bonus experience is sitting in your mailbox, it will always scale off of the level you are when you pick up that item, whether you pick it up off the boss or pick it up out of your mailbox. And based off of all of that information we just went over, you can massively increase the amount of experience you're getting using one very simple trick. And that very simple trick is to just never loot those bonus experience items off of the bosses you're killing until you're higher level and until you have a lot more bonus experience on your cloak. And the main outcome you're going for with this method is that you build up so much bonus experience items in your mailbox that once you get to a certain level, say like level 50, that you can just go loot all of the bonus experience out of your mailbox and get from the level you are all the way up to level 70. Now, as we've been going over, the main reason you would want to keep all of this bonus experience in your mailbox and not loot it off the boss itself is because as you're playing, you're still getting more and more bonus experience. And as we went over, those bonus experience items scale with your level and are boosted off of the bonus experience from your cloak. So if you just keep playing and keep getting more and more bonus XP, and then you have dozens of these experience items in your mailbox, you can then go loot them all at the same time, all with the bigger bonus to experience, and this will just net you massively increased experience compared to just looting all of this experience directly from the boss. And this can get pretty ridiculous when you also factor in doing normal raids, because if you don't know, any normal raid you do, you will get 12% bonus experience from every single boss, and that's just the minimum guarantee drop. You can also get other threads that give you more bonus experience. experience. So once you're 25, you can do Mogushan Vaults, and once you level up to 35, 45, you can do more raids, and every single boss and every single one of those normal raids is going to give you that guaranteed 12% experience. So what you can do is you can level up a character to 25, say through doing dungeons, none of that bonus experience, just get the experience at the end of the dungeon. Then you hit 25, you go run Mogushan Vaults, you don't loot those big chunks of experience from the boss, you get all of the threads to increase your experience gains, and then after doing that raid, you go do a bunch more dungeons, making sure to not loot those chunks of experience from the bosses, and then at some point, as you have all of this bonus experience now, you just go to your mailbox, loot all of these chunks of XP, and then you can get yourself just up to 70 ridiculously quickly. And this will lower your overall leveling time pretty substantially. As I went over in my last video, I could get a character from 10 to 70 in 3 hours or less without using this method. But this method will again massively increase how much experience you're getting. So you could potentially be getting a character from level 10 to 70 in 2 hours or less if you use the method in this video and the method in my last video. Combine these two things and you can get characters to 70 in probably the fastest you've ever been able to in World of Warcraft's history. And also make sure not to have auto loot on if you're going to do this method. You're going to have to turn off auto loot, and you're going to want to just go through and loot everything off the boss that's not that bonus experience item that's going to give you the big chunk of experience, because again, it'll just send that to your mailbox. So you can just build up all of that experience in your mailbox to use at a later date. And that's legitimately all you have to do to massively increase your possible experience in MoP Remix. But that's all I want to go over, so thanks for watching.